Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Now Fields. Quick slant to Shakir.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Running left is Miller.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
Down to about the 37. And Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
And his throw here is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Play action. It's Fields.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the 50, here's Fields.
This one complete to Givens. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Fields.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes, right side.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bears are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
He tried to heave it from his own end zone, and the danger it reared its ugly head.
We have seen those plays work out successfully before. You take the shot, try and gain some yardage. Sometimes you fool them. Not in this case, though. Tried to get it deep downfield. Gets it picked off.
Here's Swift.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So golden field position there and squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On first down, Fields.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here's Fields.
And he's got his big tight end here. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So first down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
On play action, Fields.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
Play action, Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are back within a score.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10.
Makes the score Saints 13, Bears 10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And that throw amazingly well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Fields.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here's Fields.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Now it's Fields.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff as they run left side. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
17. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bears have taken a 4th quarter lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
4 fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, 2nd one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Check mash, check mash.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Hey, check that. On the ball, now.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Let's go now.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Tempo.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
18 Rattler.
In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. On the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
143 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Chicago, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the